Barrett Larkin, and this is TikTok News, the only news that TikToks. Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, stepped down from the board of a Chinese company today after coming under fire from the president. When asked to comment, Hunter said, "Nah, me and those Ukraine guys were just straight vibing." On Tuesday, the mayor of a Mexican city was dragged out of his office and tied to a pickup truck for not fulfilling his campaign promises. Surrounding towns are shocked at this kind of disorderly behavior, especially coming from a town called Las Margaritas. This weekend, the movie Gemini Man premiered. It features Will Smith as an old assassin being hunted by his much younger clone. The younger Will Smith was accomplished with advanced visual effects techniques. Some critics pointed out that his son, Jaden, is already a young-looking Will Smith, to which Will said, "Who?" Hi, I'm Barrett Larkin and welcome to TikTok News, the only news that TikToks. Employees at an old folks' home in North Carolina were arrested for running a fight club with the dementia patients. It was the perfect crime. You can't talk about Fight Club if you don't remember Fight Club. Today, the White House condemned a meme of the president shooting various journalists. Meanwhile, action movie director Michael Bay has announced his next project, Vetoed Your Life. A Kenyan man has successfully completed a marathon in less than 2 hours, but even he thinks that those marathon bumper stickers are obnoxious. Hi, I'm Barrett Larkin, and this is TikTok News, the only news that stops both of us from doing our homework. A Wisconsin security guard at a Bath and Body Works reportedly handcuffed himself out of boredom and lost the key. When asked to comment, Mr. B said, I wish I had thought of that." Recent polls suggest that if Michelle Obama entered the race for Democratic nominee, she would become an instant frontrunner. Of course, the same can be said for Danny DeVito. Domenico Gianni, Pope Francis's most trusted bodyguard, stepped down Monday. Experts believe he did it out of fear he would handcuff himself inside a Bath and Body Works, which is, that's understandable. I'm Barrett Larkin, and welcome to the TikTok News Debate Special, the only TikTok. The decided winner of last night's debate, Elizabeth Warren. What makes her the winner? Well, everyone was being the meanest to her. That actually really recontextualizes my middle school years. Immediately following the debate, Bernie got an important endorsement from AOC. She said she would have done it sooner, but, quote, "I didn't want to come on too strong. We already have a snap streak, and I like all of his posts on Insta." Andrew Yang received more attention than any other debate when the candidates debated a universal basic income. His team celebrated by tweeting, "Yang, yang, yiggity yang, yang." In other news, Cory Booker is very sensitive to violence. Claude Bouchard spies on her daughter. Joe Biden was sleepy the entire time, and it turns out Pete Buttigieg and Beto O'Rourke are different people. I'm Barrett Larkin, and this is TikTok News, the coolest news. If you're not cool, just keep sliding. The Turkish President Erdogan says he has thrown the president's letter in the trash. Citizens across America are concerned about the declining relationship with Turkey, especially with Thanksgiving being so close. The UK and EU have reached a new deal regarding Brexit. Some doubt the promises, however, the UK is making, such as, "It's not you, it's me, and we can still be friends." Son of the late cocaine grandmother Michael Corleone Blanco is set to star in a new reality TV show. The ratings are expected to be high. Not really, it's on VH1 channel. I'm Barrett Larkin, and this is TikTok News, like the boring news, but on TikTok. In California, a fault line that has the potential to create a statewide earthquake has begun to move. Meanwhile, Rhode Island has a statewide earthquake if too many people jump at the same time. A plane carrying a high school swim team skidded off the runway with no casualties. According to the coach, we were supposed to crash in the water for an intense training session. The DreamWorks movie Abominable has been pulled from Vietnam theaters due to a scene with a map where China owns the South China Sea. And I personally am boycotting the movie because DreamWorks should not be working on anything but Shrek 5. And I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News, the only news that supports honeydew over watermelon. Former Representative Joe Sestak is leading an abnormal campaign where he's walking across the important state of New Hampshire on foot. Campaign slogan is, "I will walk 500 miles and I will walk 500 more." Parliament has once again postponed the Brexit vote, making people across the world wonder, what will bureaucracy and politics kill first, Brexit or Bernie Sanders? Nike's new Vaporfly shoes are under investigation after a world record marathon performance. Look at those shoes. They're clearly on steroids. What a punk. No, you hang up. Wait, I forgot. I'm lonely. I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News, the only news that can't be canceled, but we can be share canceled. Superintendent of the Chicago Police was caught sleeping in his car at a stop sign after, quote, a few drinks. He then pulled himself over, asked himself to walk a straight line, and then brought himself back to the station to interrogate himself. In Russia, a dam has collapsed at a gold mine. We asked a nearby Russian if he'd be willing to give us a quote, and he said, "No, I don't mind." A wholesome moment was captured on camera when a delivery man stopped to adjust the American flag pillows on a porch. Either a proud American or a passionate decorator merely disguised as a mailman. I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News, like NPR, if it stood for TikTok News. 3 Missouri children who have been missing since 2017 were found this week. Reporters say they were just playing Fortnite the whole time, and they came back because they thought it was over. An aircraft carrier from World War II was found at the bottom of the ocean on Sunday. Our on-the-scene scuba diver reporter says it's now the hottest club in town for seahorses, called the Starfish Experience. Canada's election is today. It looks like it's anyone's game. I don't know how this one snuck up on us. They probably wanted to tell us about it, but they kept waiting for us to be done talking. Justin Trudeau or Andrew Scheer, who will become the king of the moose? Or is it mooses? Whoever sent you this thinks that you are a fan of me, Barrett Larkin from TikTok News. The only news that the newsies can't ruin, those Depression-era punks. A Florida woman was lit on fire at a Taco Bell. When asked for a comment, a customer coming out of the restroom said, "Same." A judge in Texas ruled that both parents must agree on a gender transition for a child. Until they can reach a decision, the child will have to have a name that you wouldn't really know either way. They decided on Barrett Larkin from TikTok News. To qualify for the next presidential debate, candidates must be polling at least 4%. What the DNC doesn't realize is 4% is just 2 gallons of milk. That's what I call a Friday night. Hi, I'm Barrett... Oh, how embarrassing. I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News, the only news that makes you not mad, just disappointed. Police dogs have uncovered 420 pounds of marijuana in Connecticut. Doberman? More like dope, man. California blackouts were caused by a, quote, historic wind event. I remember the last historic wind event. The Dust Bowl took my wife Gertrude and my daughter Balula. Worst of all, none of the beans blossomed that season. A super PAC is being formed to help Joe Biden, which is kind of overpowered because if he loses, he can just pay a quarter and get another life. No, you're a terrible newscaster. Hi, I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News. The news that didn't get a lot of views yesterday because apparently Dust Bowl jokes are too edgy for you guys. Al-Baghdadi, leader of ISIS, has been killed in a U.S. military operation. In other news, despite looking for a new leader, ISIS is having a record low number of job applications. There have been severe floods in southern France. PR-wise, this is very bad for my band, the Soggy Baguettes. Finally, in movie news, Daniel Craig has finished filming his last movie as James Bond. It's a very emotional moment for him. One could say that he and the character shared a deep personal connection. Peppa, what are you doing in the newsroom? Seriously though, you can't show up at my work. We'll talk about this at home. I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News. The only news that's not news about TikTok, it's the real news, but on TikTok. A bus in Pittsburgh with a single passenger inside has been swallowed up by a sinkhole. It seems Mother Nature has begun to draw inspiration from rejected Magic School Bus episodes. An Indian man has been arrested for eating the genitalia of a bear. I'm not exactly sure which law this breaks, but I hope it's all of them. A military dog was injured in a raid that led to the death of the leader of ISIS, which means PTSD now stands for Pet This Special Dog. Would you look at that? It's me, Barrett Larkin for TikTok News, the only news that I asked you to look at. An Australian doctor who sent 9,000 text messages to his ex-Tinder date pled guilty on multiple charges. Another example of the dangers of double texting, especially if you do it 4,500 times. A Samsung satellite has crash landed in a Michigan backyard. I mean, okay, but Apple satellites cost way more, so the choice is still 50-50. The National Park Service has decided not to charge protest organizers in certain cases. Finally, now, who will join me in standing outside of Yellowstone until they become more inclusive to other colors? Alright, time for the news. Alright guys, very funny. I'm Barrett Larkin for TikTok News. The only news that dies if you stab it with a wooden stake. The massive fire in California was discovered to have been started by a tree branch falling on a power line. For once, Billy Joel was right. We didn't start the fire. The purple octopus swim trunks that Jeff Bezos was repeatedly photographed in this summer have completely sold out. We confronted him, and he admitted that the whole billionaire thing is just until he can kickstart his modeling career. Missouri police officers pooled money so that they could donate costumes to a local school Halloween party. Aw. Kinda lame though that every kid was dressed up as a policeman. Ha ha ha! Happy Halloween! You didn't know it was me because I was dressed up as a disappointment, but it is me, Barrett Larkin from TikTok News. The spookiest news, well, other than the New York Times. Everyone there is possessed by the ghost of a Confederate general. A Missouri man breaks his own state record twice with 2 enormous pumpkins. You know what they say, grow a giant pumpkin once, shame on me. Grow a giant pumpkin twice, shame on you. 3 giant pumpkins, and that's too many big pumpkins. Are you compensating for something? Today is the 93rd anniversary of Houdini's death. In one of the most famous tricks of all time, he made his appendix disappear. And the scariest news, Russia has successfully launched an intercontinental missile from a submarine. And people are going ballistic.